guys, IKhanWhisper here, back with some more Crusader Kings 3, playing as Ukraine, or currently Kiev, till we make our own kingdom. So, this is coming a little bit on a delay from the other videos because I was on a bit of a roll and I was recording 3 of these. I was like, okay, I got them all ready for the next week. And then I went to listen to them, and they didn't have any audio in them. So I'm having to re-record the audio over the footage here, since it was in Iron Man mode. There's no saves to roll back to, and it went pretty well, so I wouldn't want to replay it. But so yeah. Anyway, the next, this video and the next 2 after, I'm gonna kind of be just recording the audio after the fact. So, just wanted to acknowledge that. But here, we solidified the region of Kiev, and a little bit of that Halych, but we have our eyes on that kingdom to the southeast, part of that Zaporizhia, and it's what, Yeresan or something like that. So, ultimately, we do want to make our own kingdom. So, since we're a part of like 4 different kingdoms, we have our sights on. So I'm going to try and remember what I said everywhere and just fill in with new things. So, let's see what we were doing here. That's our ally. He's still in prison from his war over in, like, Croatia for some reason. I don't know how he got pulled into that. Some ally through marriage. But yeah, Yeresan is what we are going to set our sights on there. To get that, we are going to need that 500 renown to try to get a subjugation where we get all that territory at once and they just become vassals to us. So you can only do that once per lifetime, so it's really good to do that, and make it worth it. Grab a whole lot of territory at once, and we get Kherson out of it. So I'm just kind of, checking our neighbors. That dude at the end of the last video that I just highlighted there, part of Khazaria, raided us. Did a little sneak attack during a war we had. So I would like to raid them, but they cumulatively have 6k troops to call on, so I don't want to poke that bear just yet. But I got Pinsk up there, a couple other Russian culture type factions. I think we have a peace treaty with Volodymyr from last time we grabbed that little westernmost peninsula sticking out there, that Zaslavl, from him. So, let's see, what we raised a raider army here, and we're really trying to just raise up that renown, and our gold is pretty solid. We're doing well for ourselves, but you can get both a little gold and a little renown from raiding, so we're going to go ahead and do that. Where raiding really brings in the big bucks, at least over here in Eastern Europe, or really anywhere I guess, is when you capture people. And you can get anywhere, the lowest, like somewhere with 5, 10, but then some people were 50, 100, and that's quite a lot of gold. Okay, making sure everything's looking good. All our council is on track. Let's see, let's raid this place. It's Halych. And the big city there is Lviv, which I know that was in the news a lot. Going back to current events here with the Ukraine war, I know like a lot of embassies and things were moving out of Kiev and going to like, I guess that's the big westernmost city in Ukraine. So I remember seeing that name pop up a lot. But we'll just try to go around and raid here. And the thing to be careful of with raiding is, you know, you're locked in that entire duration. Yeah, right there. Until that completes, you can't move. If you try and queue up moving somewhere else, you know, it'll show you, but it'll wait until it fills up that bar, which, see, like right there, which is good because you get a chance to catch people raiding you, but you gotta be careful if you raid someone with a big army and you're not ready for it, they can definitely catch you. So let's see, we got Slava, but she's not worth any money and not particularly good at anything, so don't really have a use for her just yet. It's when you catch like the faction leader or his wife or kids, that's where you get like the 100, 200 gold. Alright, left finished. One county. When you expand quickly, you got your work cut out for you trying to bring order to all these regions. It's a pretty big undertaking. And you don't realize until you're watching someone else do it, but I'm really flying around with the mouse when I'm playing here, hovering over different things. But I'm doing my best to hit all the high points for you guys of what's going on. Because, see, we just got 17 gold and 17 renown, so an equal number. And there's some big loot there, 15 and 20. And that's one we've previously fought. We took Groston from them early on. Yeah, we're doing pretty good, pretty sizable right now. Loyalty or fear. As their high chieftain, my vassals owe me their allegiance. My word is law, but how much is obedience without devotion worth? So, that's the foreign leader of that one that we're hoping to subjugate later. It could be a generous liege for 10 years. They pay less taxes, but they're very happy. And as you can see, they're already pretty happy. Left could be a bit better, but the rest are pretty good. I could be fear and gain dread, but I don't really need it. Or I could improve my opinion of him, but we're gonna fight him anyway, and I'm pretty sure we raided the heck out of him last time, so it doesn't matter too much. So I went with generous liege. Never hurts to have your people like you and not want to stab you on the back. Alright, moving all our raiders into position. Are they actually raiding, or do I have a truce with them? Let's see. Oh no, they are raiding. We're good to go. Sometimes I forget about that. Eventually we'll want to keep moving that up as soon as we both have enough renown and the time comes up, because you gotta wait a while between each one, so best to do that ASAP when it comes up. I'm just checking out the succession. So right now, if my ruler were to die, we have the High Chiefdom of Kiev, and that's our biggest title. So anything that would be inherited outside of that, which is a few provinces right now, we would lose that. So definitely want to avoid that. So there's not too much nearby right now, so we're just going to go ahead and bring our raiders home. So we got always space in the hold unlocked for our dynasty, because our dynasty is all Viking raiders still, even though we've kind of settled down, changed our culture. original Viking host special forces there. See, there's a big hostage right there. A max of 100 could currently get 67. Not too shabby. And we don't really need her for anything. And I have no dread anyway to lose, so there's no harm in just letting her go home. Yeah, it's better than if you don't pay attention to that, you just end up with like 30 people in your dungeon later in the game for like, been there for like 40 years. So pretty good haul there. I think we got up, a little bit less than 100 total. But we could go to war with him and take Tur off now. And that's good. We're just gonna take the county because it takes piety, which we have more of and aren't spending as much, rather than my claims, which would be 50 renown. So I move the rally point very close to the border, and I'm just gonna go ahead and take the current payment amount that he can do, since I'm going to war with him, and I'll just take that money. I think it was a minor anyway, so he's not gonna be a knight on the battlefield. And I don't know, I'm forgetful, and I need to be more vigilant with checking the number of allies and stuff that come in. Got another 50 gold prisoner. See, so the prisoners are big. And I'm gonna go after this tiny army here because it's only 2 guys, and you know those are gonna be important people. That means it's exclusively knights, so there's a good chance that we could capture a high value target. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Another little army popping up there. I'm gonna go chase off this allied army coming in. I wouldn't want to catch him one-on-one. That would be a little bit too close, unnecessarily. But look at that. Captured their leader right there, and that with that he raised an army of 11 guys. So that's why it's good to grab those tiny armies the AI pops up. So we can end the war right there. Not even have to worry about facing that big army right there. And there we go. Nice, easy little quick win there. I am glad that the raiding truce doesn't prevent you from making a war with that faction. Or else I would have had to wait like, I don't know, 10 months or something. So yeah, we're over the limit, so we're gonna go ahead and give it to our Marshal Lev, who's not a, oh look, he has a scar that raises his attraction and prestige, so a good, cool scar, I guess. So, I gave him one of the cities there, made sure that it was under the duchy that I have of Kiev. Otherwise, you would get the debuff where he's not your rightful liege, or we are not his rightful liege, and we'd get less gold, and he'd like us less and less levy. So, and also when you have people in your kingdom where you're not, oh, look, we can usurp the title. Let's talk about that. So we can steal the title of Turov. We have ample gold. And that gives us like 300, I think, renown, it said. So, and we have the option to get him to be a vassal, because we, in effect, are his rightful liege now. Oh, it says we're not, but we do own the title. That's above him, so maybe that'll update later. But, gives us a claim on him. But for tribal, it's usually cheaper to just invade them than your claim, especially if you have a single province claim. But I got the idea where maybe I could start to sway that guy and see if I can just get him to be my vassal instead of, waiting a year or however long to invade him again. Just to see. I like having a wife in this game or, a spouse, if you're playing a female primary character, just a spouse character with a high stewardship, because they get a lot of bonus events that give you money and things. And oh yeah, here we can hold a feast, increase vassal opinion too. Yeah, the stewardship also boosts your domain cap, so you usually get, 1 or 2 on average extra. But we're getting closer to that 500 that we need to subjugate Yedasan. And that dude's our friend over there of Bukovina, which is in Moldova or something, Moldovia. And I'm just taking a look at what people think about a vassalage offer. Nobody really likes it currently, but they're not crazy far off. They're not super opposed to it. So let's see. We just need a little bit more prestige, and we are good to go. And look, this raider thought he could sneak in, but not on our watch. That's that faction over there. Let's put the rally point right behind him where we know he's going to try to pull back to his home. And you really got to be quick with these. Because look at this, we spawned an army immediately right next to him, and we are still not going to make it in time. Just barely didn't make it. But he didn't steal anybody, and we're going to get there. So Halfdan asked for a doll for some reason, and we told him in 3 months if he focused on his studies, and he'll be fickle if we do nothing, or trusting if we, have a stressful talk with him, I guess. And I'm just checking out the virtues that are good and bad to see if fickle is like a sin or whatever, or if trusting is especially good, which they're not. But for our Sloviansk religion, yeah, we're still working on rotating those crops. Be another 24 years. So, fickle's not very good. You lose stewardship, gain a little diplomacy and intrigue. So, it's not the worst thing, but trusting is a little better. Your vassals like you, better at diplomacy, so I like it a little bit better. So I'm going to go ahead and take that stress a little bit. And here we are fighting those raiders. Destroying those raiders. And we get a little, very tiny amount of gold and prestige or renown. High Chiefess is pregnant again. I think we have two sons currently. Oh, we actually have enough prestige now. So we could start some stuff. But we should really heal up first, you know? We should get some more forces, I think. So that's what we want to do. We want to subjugate, where we take his primary title and he becomes our vassal. So we'd gain all of that. So that is 6 new regions, including Kherson, which is cool. That's a big one for Ukraine. Everybody's fighting over that currently. So that to be 6 new ones, and currently we're at net 10, I believe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think so, yeah. I think 10. Yeah, 10. So, you know, 60% of our total empire being gained at once would be an awesome move there. I think it also, I forget what rank you need of prestige, but I think we just recently had hit it as well at this point. I'm just checking out people's opinion of us, because, you know, if we're going to get into a, oh, this is a cool one. I arrived back at my stronghold after a long, lonely walk. Another year passed, another year older. I was born this day 33 years ago. The older I get, the more I cherish the relationships I've cultivated over the years. So it saddens me that I've not heard from my wife, Sif, or any of my friends today. I trudge along to my chambers, loneliness impeding my lazy feet, when I hear a clang and hushed whispers from down the hallway. So I think this is the first of that Friends or Foes DLC. Events pop up. But I'm feeling pretty confident everybody is like maxed out liking us, so I don't think there's any foul play here. No birthday assassination. So happy birthday. What a surprise. All my nearest and dearest friends have come together to wish me well as I begin this next year of life. There's even an entire table laden with pomegranate cakes, my favorite. Here I was thinking that everyone had forgotten about me. I cannot believe that Sif went to all the trouble of arranging this in secret. I had not a clue such a thoughtful surprise was being planned at all. My friend Sif approaches me, struggling to carry 3 beautifully wrapped packages. Ever the trickster, she says, I've 3 gifts here for the choosing. One shall be yours, but which shall it be? And look, we have our best friend wife there, and also our friend from that other kingdom to the south there. So, yeah, there's Sif, see, best friend, and yeah, from Bukovina. So that's cool that he came to the birthday party too. So we have 3 options: the biggest one, the mediumest one, and the smallest one. And I just went with the mediumest one. But we got the Russian treaties, which gives us piety plus 8%, a little bit of monthly prestige, and 5% learning lifestyle experience. So that's pretty cool. Nice little extra treat there. And we got a point here. So each living child gives us a random skill point. And yeah, I think we have 2 at the time, like I said. And Sif is pregnant as well. So we do that, and all 2 go into learning. So that is still useful, because it contributes to the innovations. And we are the cultural head right now, so we get to chart our own destiny there. But yeah, we're just kind of waiting to build up the levies a little bit more, maybe try to get to 3K. Just if we're gonna fight a war, yeah, let's try to be on our best footing. But yeah, if buildings only took gold, I would be building so much right now, but they take 200 prestige each, which is is the real limiting factor here. But I'm gonna go ahead and get some more gathering halls because they give us troops, they give us control, which is nice, and the biggest, they give us monthly prestige, a pretty substantial amount there of 0.25. So we're still sitting over 500. We're in good shape. We're just gonna make sure that we keep that there so whenever we're ready we can just go. Just checking out who I have truces with. Because if we could safely raid, we could still do that a little bit. Looks like he's rebuilt. He's got all the money back. Because we did do a little swing around raiding toward through all his lands. I believe in the last one. Oh no, my main character got sick. He's ill, but yeah, he's 33. He can pull through that probably, so let's not do anything drastic. And it paid off. Our Vedunia Pebrana did some good work. She gave us a cup with green powder in it. The root is in there too, she boastfully revealed. So the bitter herb is just what we needed, and we're not healed, but we're still a little ill, but we're doing pretty good. That mitigated things. A reading in Kiev. It looked like it would be a tedious evening once the feast entertainment was over, but Pebrana saved the day by suggesting a reading from the Trotula. Yeah, I don't know why that popped up. We weren't having a feast, but alright, so the same event for our other son is about to be fickle. When we could have him be content or trusting. So we went with trusting again. But now, let's hold a feast to get rid of that stress. It's only 50 gold. A cheery gathering. Alright, everybody's gathered here. Let's welcome them in and see what else happens. Unconcerned with any etiquette, my wife slaps me on the back. I mean it, she proclaims. I'll do anything you ask of me, anything at all. Ask me, and it is done. I can smell the alcohol in Siv's breath, but the promise has been noted by every guest present. And she's 8 months pregnant. You can see she's pregnant right there. And yeah, 8 months. And I think that's just a random event, but it's not good that they make her just super drunk right now, right before she's about to have her baby. I assume they probably knew better than that back then, even. But yeah, I just thought that was funny that the random event had her be drunk. Alright, oh yeah, there's some kind of innuendo here, which I won't bother reading for YouTube. I think I skipped over it pretty quickly here, just, I don't know. It's, yeah. We don't need to talk about that here, we're just keeping it light and cool and calm and casual. So, let's just, like we did in the game, just back out of that situation. But we have a new daughter, Sharknado. And then we have a dilemma here. So we're talking with our faithful steward, Chieftain Stanislav, and he inquires inquires about my opinion on sword practice, a subject he is deeply interested in himself. So we could lose some more stress and form a friendship with him and get along better with him. So why not? And then my guest departed, and look at that. I forgot that you even got renown, so that's 150 renown. So now we're definitely looking good. So our Vidunia Brabana is trying to flirt with us. And yeah, we don't want to do that. We have a wife, we're best friends with her, so definitely not something that interests me. You can't seduce, like, your partner in this game, so I wasn't sure if saying no one will seduce me in 10 years would discourage that too, so I just went with the no option. Alright, and let's just try a hunt as well, just clear out that stress completely. And, we're just waiting for our troops to heal up before the upcoming war. And I forgot we were even sick, but that's very good before the hunt. Just hearing about the hunt got us excited and healed up the rest of the way, I think. And we have a rampaging boar that can be dangerous. So we got a massive boar heading straight for us. And you see the skull, you could die on the first option. There is a chance. That's what happened to Robert Baratheon in Game of Thrones. Like, boars are no joke. So, see, there's a 4% chance you die, 28% chance he's wounded, or a 66% chance we get a hunting trophy, which gives us 0.5 prestige per month, which is nice. We could ask for help or become a friend of animals, which increases stress loss, and we get half the amount, 0.25 renown, which is not bad. I'll take that safe option. I keep trying to hover over and get to friend of animals, but if you hover over the little icon there, something else pops up. So not bad. Let's go ahead and build another gathering hall. And let's see, what did we get? Another 150. So that was just a quick 300 there for, I think we spent like 83 gold on it. So definitely worth, since renown is everything for a tribal government here. So we're going to build 2 more meeting halls. I think that's a total of 3 for this video. But yeah, we gained like 300 levies since then, so we have like 1,000 troop lead on them. So that's pretty good. But yeah, I think we're gonna stop this one here. That's where I stopped. And yeah, leave a like or a comment if you enjoyed the video,